Imagine if you spent the next 8 years trying to put all the self-help advice you've ever learned into practice. You do your daily meditations, you read your piles of leadership books and how to make the best habits. What would you be like at the end of those 8 years? Maybe you're different though. Maybe you think the whole thing is kind of a sham. I mean, does self-help even work?
Self-help works. Just not for me. That's the only conclusion I can come to after spending 8 years trying meditation retreats, workshops, seminars, reading countless books, and essentially having nothing to show for it. In the beginning, as a fat kid, I was bad at school and mostly hung out with my brother's friends. As I grew into adolescence, I started to develop this belief that everything is basically static. You're a certain level of attractive, you're a certain level of charismatic, you're gonna end up with some particular partner in your level and get your 2.5 kids and hope for the best. You know, pick up a couple of hobbies along the way, you'll be fine. I continued this belief well into my 20s, until one day, a coworker challenged me. He smoked, I ate too much. Let's see who can do the right thing the longest. Before this, I had never Googled anything beyond how to beat a boss in a video game. So technically this was the first time I ever asked Google for anything self-help related. I looked up how to lose weight fast. In about 5 minutes, I found a story on Reddit of a guy who lost 100 pounds in 1 year while calorie counting. Before that, I assumed it was either impossible or I'd have to eat cabbage soup for the next 10 years to make a dent in my weight. So I spent a year calorie counting and I lost 100 pounds. It was magic. Except I wasn't really any more confident after that 1 year. I was doing personal training at the gym because that's who I was now. And I was whining to my personal trainer about my dating life and how awful everything was going. He introduced me to the concept of dating advice. And I thought, what? You can learn how to date better? You can learn how to be a better leader and develop charisma and confidence and all those skills I see cool people doing in movies. You can learn anything about anything? Crazy. There's no way this realization is going to lead to my downfall. And I set out to learn everything. Only another year later, and I moved to a new city, meaning I could apply all these things I learned. None of these people had to know I was a fat loser. I could be the guy who knows everything and totally impress them. First couple years were amazing. I had a lot of situations where people thought I was super confident or knew what I was talking about, even though I secretly didn't think I did, and it felt awesome. Eventually, tragedy struck. I had a chronic issue as a kid where my foot would swell up and I couldn't leave my apartment. It would happen once or twice a year for like a week, and it was no big deal before. This time though, it went on for 8 months. And at the beginning I told myself, as soon as this is over, I already know how to calorie count, I already know what to do, this will be fine. So this time around, I decided, okay, I can walk again, it's no big deal, I lost 100 pounds in a year, I can totally figure something out again, plus I'm enlightened now, I know everything. I thought I would figure out a better way to lose weight because calorie counting takes so much work. I thought I could do meditation and connect to my higher self and be able to be inspired with a better solution. That I could read a self-help book about habits. If I could develop such a kick-ass habit without knowing anything, how much more of a kick-ass habit could I develop if I knew everything? Because I kept going in this direction, I put weight on quickly and I got another chronic issue. I got arthritis in my knees. Now it took another 8 months before I could walk for an extended period. We hit 2019 and there's nothing in the next decade that's gonna keep me indoors or from doing my goals. During the early 2020s, everything just moved online. Online coaching, online meditation retreats. I even ran a meetup on self-help topics for a few weeks before even I got bored of it. So I had just doubled down and made everything even worse until at some point in that period, I was back to my original weight. Thankfully, a little seed had planted in my head, a growing skepticism that maybe, just maybe, things were going in the wrong direction. I was talking to people after retreats, hearing their stories, what got them into self-help, a bad breakup, a job they didn't enjoy, They were looking to find love or find inspiration or do something that they liked doing now. Except I thought, wow, a lot of these people are talking about what they'd like to do, but none of them seem to be doing it. Even after being in meditation for 5, 10, 15 years, they're just where they started. What a bunch of losers. Right. And so we're back where we started. I realized, in the words of Taylor Swift, "Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me." I was the one who had been, at this point, spending 8 years in self-help, finding a way to lose weight when I had found one 12 years ago. And it took me 5 minutes of Googling. Hopefully you can't imagine how embarrassing it feels to realize that in the process of trying to learn everything, I discovered nothing. At the beginning of this year, in January, I cut everything out. Self-help, video games, spirituality, social media, anything I could to just come back to myself. And at the beginning of February, I finally started calorie counting again, and it has been going really well. I've lost this much weight, which I have to add an edit so that it's as impressive of a number as possible. I realized I am very dumb and forget really important lessons, so I would make this channel to hold myself accountable. Here, I'm going to post my weigh-ins, my self-help horror stories that led me to being stuck in it for 8 years without realizing it. I hope there can be some value. If you watch me fail, you'll feel good. If you watch me succeed, you'll be inspired, so you'll win no matter what, which is why you should like and subscribe, of course. I would love to see comments down below of other people having stories of being stuck somewhere for an extended period, because that will help me feel much better about myself. I'm confident this is going to help me stay accountable, but if nothing else, at least it will help remind me to never make another damn vision board again. Till next time, I'm Alex, and this is me.